Yeah, we're here, not reaching far across these new frontiers, so sadly. But yeah, hello, I'm Nacho from the main Nacho series. Today I'm going to showcase this beautiful game you can see right now. Uh, Next to me, well, not like literally next to me, but yeah, alongside me, we have Critical Sid from the favorite main Punchy series. Hello, Sid.
Hello, I am the community grandpa. I'm here to commentate for my boy Show. All
Okay,
right.
so we just go to prepare for the run. But yeah, Sonic Forces actually very old game, like 7 years ago was this was released. I feel so old.
And 7 years ago since I've last played it, but I'll be fine.
It's fine. Okay, so run starts when I select the hard mode right here. So I just need to make sure I have the split. Okay. So run is going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, we start as any Sonic, modern Sonic game. We have Sonic, of course. We have the modern Sonic moveset that is slide and other stuff. Slide, double jump, coming back from the Sonic colors, not the Sonic Lost World jump, double jump. And of course, we have the boost. The boost is so overpowered and makes this game like play itself most of the time. You can see like I'm barely doing anything, but that's fine. That's okay. We are actually going to do some stuff like later on. The game also has 2D because of Sonic. So yeah, Boost here works different than other Sonic games. Instead, like having an air boost that sends you forward, we have a little bit of like jump preservation, or we can improve your jump, essentially making it like a better double jump option if we can use it, or a triple jump even after doing it right after a double jump. Yeah, right now I'm just going to finish the first stage. As you can see, there is a lot of, well, not a lot of gameplay right now, but I assure you it's going to become better. Right, see?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure, for a lot of this game, it's hallway simulator, but this game does actually have quite a lot of tricks and quite a lot of different styles and all that kind of stuff. One of the styles that this game introduces the avatar stages, where when creating the avatar, you just kind of like go for what's fast as you mass through it, and then the game sends you to the first avatar stage. Now, the avatar makes use of the Wispon guns. So essentially just Wisps in gun form. They do also still have their Wisp abilities as well that you could use as a secondary fire, but the main fire you just essentially have infinite of. Unfortunately, most of these guns need to be unlocked. You start off with only burst, and that's kind of where the category definition for this gets in as well. There was a rental system, still is a rental system, where you can essentially borrow somebody else's avatar, but it's picks from a pool, and by this point in the game, there are way too many hacked times to reliably be able to get any of the really good Wispon guns that we want. So it's basically no rental from here on out, where we just play the game without renting any of the more powerful Wispon guns. So here we have just Burst for the start, and Burst doing its Burst thing. This game also has quite a few of these, very cinematic scenes where you occasionally have to do a QTE. We try to skip as much of them as possible. Some of them can be skipped, but especially early on when we don't really have that many Wispon guns for the avatar, not much can be done. We're just trying to go through the stage as fast as possible, constantly firing to get rid of any enemies, and that's it. And as you can see, in this game also in most of the styles has like a mix of 3D and 2D mechanics, with the exception of the classic style, which you will see in the next stage. That one is purely 2D. So one little interesting thing is that on the rails it's actually slightly faster to just repeatedly jump like this after you get a bit of a boost. You're just essentially preserving the boost that you get, because otherwise it'll put you back down to a lower speed pretty damn quickly. That's the first avatar stage, and the avatar stage is progressively gets quite a bit more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now in the northern category, there is a very interesting thing that we have actually to grind something, and we have to rely on RNG. That's kind of not a bad thing, but it's annoying because I just like have one shot. But anyways, it's not time to talk about the avatar, but it's time to talk about Classic Sonic. What they do to my boy Classic Sonic. Physics are not the best. This is not the best iteration of Classic Sonic. This feels floaty, but at the same time heavy. Also, his speed is weird to control. But yeah, main form of movement for Glass Sonic is, of course, spin dashing and drop dashing, coming back from Sonic Mania because this is like Sonic Mania Sonic according to plot. Uh, yeah, there is not too much to talk about like classic Sonic. We already know the drill with classic Sonic a lot. Top route is usually the best route for anything you can do with classic Sonic. And if you go to bottom round, well, welcome to hell, I guess.
Yeah, the bottom rows are pretty bad. But yeah, it's been it's drop dash to win with this guy right here. Drop dash as much as you can. All right. So you've already been seeing some of these unlocks, and yeah, those do play quite a bit of a factor. Basically, there's a whole bunch of missions, and a lot of those missions you're just going to progress by making it through the stages. But aside from the regular missions, there's also the the daily missions, which are random. And if you want to do a daily mission,
Ooh.
then yeah, it's going to be like either put on something on your avatar, so that's why Nacho tried to do a whole bunch of stuff onto his avatar, or it can be like clear a stage of this type, and you want to hit that daily mission because it'll give you an experience boost. And the reason we want an experience boost is because the Wispons that you unlock, some of them you unlock by leveling up. And yeah, we want to level up as quickly as possible to unlock the drill Wispon as quickly as possible, because that is going to absolutely demolish his run. So far, Nacho has not hit the daily mission yet. Hopefully, the daily mission at this point is beat an avatar stage, and you'll get that. But yeah,
I still think I can get it if the mission is beat a Mother Sonic stage, hopefully.
hopefully.
But yeah, I will need to like sometimes go out of my way to collect extra stuff.
Exactly. But yeah, that's just since we can't rely on rental avatars in this one, we instead get to rely on daily missions and to actually boost the experience. And the experience in this game takes the form of medals that you see on the score screen. We want to get to a single gold medal as fast as possible. And currently, we're at like a couple of bronze medals.
Yay!
All right,
Okay, so
the
yeah,
daily
go
mission
ahead.
was to beat an avatar stage, so we're in the clear. We're good.
Okay. Okay, right now time for the first boss, and I'm pretty sure Sid know this guy very well.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this guy in my life.
I don't know. Well, I mean, okay, so Savok. Believe it or not, you can actually speed up this fight. it becomes like a big auto scroller, but you can actually speed up the fight, and I really don't like that because it's making me realize that I'm bad at the game. But yeah, you can speed up like a couple of seconds. Usually, the times you can get are 150, 50 somethings. But yeah, I'm just going to start here on the middle just to make sure the bees are destroyed as quickly as possible. And then after one cycle is complete of the attacks, Havok is going to do a big stomp and we can hit him. Yeah. The fights, of course, every boss fights in every Sonic game since, I believe, Sonic 4. I don't remember. They normally get a second phase after like reaching uh, the half point. So yeah, Sabuk is going to repeat this cycle twice, and then he will do something new after. Also, shoutouts to Leitmotiv. If you can hear the music, you can barely hear listen to the Deathly 16, but remix it to be more 2017.
Yep.
Yeah,
Still,
this is
though,
the
it's just like them to give Zavok one of the most boring boss fights. It's very
second
lost.
phase.
Sorry.
Second phase is not that much hard. Like yeah, the arena is smaller, but does that matter when I just standing on the center like every single time? But yeah, this is the last hit. Only 4 hits. Just need to wait a little bit, and there it is at Savok, 152.
Got him. And then the rest of his health bar is just done in the cutscene.
Shout out to the guys on the background, like cheering Sonic.
They're just such basic models jumping up and down. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, we
All
can
right.
see the daily mission bonus. It's a multiplier of 20% of the experience. So yeah, that's going to be very useful to unlock something later on. But right now, I'm going to need a little bit of focus because the next stage is, for me, one of the hardest stages.
Yeah, this is a big one. When it comes to big skips, this one is definitely up there. You can skip most of this stage, so I'm gonna let Nacho focus on playing and explain it for you guys. Um, so Nacho already kind of touched upon the fact that the jump in this game with Sonic is incredibly powerful. It carries a lot of momentum. So basically, all you want to be doing is you want to be boosting and then jumping and holding that jump button on, and you can go basically wherever you want. So right here, he went into the upcoming 2D section, maintained his 3D physics, and rather than using it for like a simple 3D and 2D, this stage is mostly downwards. So we're just going straight to as far as we can get with this. The trickiest part here is honestly the landing. Yeah, needed to be a little bit more forward and a little bit to the right
Okay.
because that's a
Yeah.
very small rail that you need to land on, and the hitbox is honest. It's a pretty small hitbox in this game when it comes to the rails.
I'm not going to try it again, actually. But yeah, you can see that's actually the end of the level.
Yep. The only thing you can't quite skip with it is the QTE right at the end of the stage. But after he lands there, it's literally just going to be a QTE and and then just landing and boosting forward into the end of the level. This is all stuff that he was trying to skip because yeah, it's big. It is also
Here's
quite a bit time consuming to go for it though. So you do want to especially in the marathon, don't overcommit.
Yeah, it saves a lot actually for a game where stages are very short. 40 seconds, if I recall correctly, and that's huge.
Yeah, by Forza standards, that is definitely huge. Well, it's okay. We've already made it back to the point where the skip would have taken us, and then from here it's QTE time. Woo!
Do you like movies? Because I'm sure this is a reference to a movie that I didn't watch.
Dude, I know movie.
I wish I knew movie.
I've heard about movie.
Yeah, we're just gonna fall, Stomp, because Stomp is busted. And there it is.
Yeah, a little bit low on boost at the end there always.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think I restarted at instead of like continuing from the checkpoint because the score ranking system actually I think is very well done, except for the score requirements that are very low, so you can't actually appreciate that much, but yeah, you have a bonus, an extra bonus for completing the level on without dying. If you die at some point, you will lose that bonus. Well, you will get a shorter bonus um, every time. So you don't want to do that. If you restart the stage, it's going to reset everything. And yeah, that's pretty useful when it comes to trying to farm. So right now we're going to Arsenal Pyramid. We're actually going to change our Wispawn. This time I'm going to use Lightning because it's the best Wispawn to have on this stage. Lightning is simple, but right now I'm just going to let the funny memes be memes. And I'm going to do absolutely nothing for around 15 seconds.
Sounds about right. Also, don't forget next time you switch Wispawns to put on a gamer hat, otherwise how will we know that you are a gamer?
Alright, thanks for reminding.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, back to gameplay. And Lightning here is pretty much you already saw Subaru play Sonic Colors Ultimate. Hover was the light dash. Here, light dash is lightning. Wait, make sure lightning here is very powerful because those trail of rings are just skipping gameplay. And we're speedrunners. We don't like gameplay. The more gameplay we skip, the better, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's just massive fight sequences when if he falls to the lower platforms, and he of course does not want to do any of that. And fortunately, lightning helps him get that quite efficiently.
Also helps with rings. Ring bonus also a thing since Sonic 06. You already saw Project 6 by Stelmo right before this run. Shout out to Stelmo.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost 2 million of score. Like, jeez.
But yeah, ideally we're trying to get to a gold medal before Aqua Road. So,
Yeah,
I think you're on pace for that.
yeah, that's when we reach Aqua Road. That's when Avatar's full potential starts to appear. But right now,
Oh,
Luminous Forest.
absolutely. Yeah, Luminous Forest, another great modern stage. Honestly, this one has like another massive skip, but just running through it is honestly also quite interesting, especially in like the 2D section in terms of like trying to optimize that as much as possible. There's some loops you can skip. But yeah, the big thing in this stage is absolutely going to be at the end. There's another like QTE sequence at the end involving a giant snake, and it's very slow. But fortunately, this is one of the few that we can actually skip. But yeah, this stage slaps. A lot of the modern Sonic ones are pretty good. So right here, what he's going to do is going to get to a standstill, run up this invisible wall, try and land on the invisible ceiling right here, or floor, I don't know. Make sure the camera aligns itself to where the end of the stage is, and then before he gets to the end of the platform, do a boost jump in order to get to the end. And there it is. Skip the snake. Very nice. Nicely done.
Snake Escape. The sad part about this is we don't have that much points, like B rank in Sonic Forces. Like, it feels weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but it shouldn't be a problem.
yeah. One of the things that it's very useful to unlock, at least for me, after that, is the variant Wisdom for the next Wisdom variant of Burst. The Wisdom have some perks that improves the usage, like they do some extra stuff if you use that Wisdom. That Burst Wisdom, I really love it because it's funny. But right now we have to fight against this guy that beated Sonic on the at the start of the game.
He's not weak, by the way. Just so you know, he's not weak.
Yeah. Thankfully for him, there is not any swamp on this fight. But yeah. Uh, wow. The, this design, it reminds me to something and someone.
But yeah, this fight is really, really, really straightforward. Like very literally. You just run along the path, which is a giant snake. Get close to him, hit him a couple of times, and then you need to do the final hits while you are like in the air at the end of one of these sections. So really, the most important part is getting him to a low enough health before this part, because this is where you need to do the final hits to actually be able to beat him. And there you go.
Yeah. Very simplified. You can optimize it by, like making only avoid him to do this attack, like first version of this attack right now, and then you can try to optimize to get a lot of quick hits because he's not doing that. That that transition, it's actually faster. But that's IL stuff, and I'm really bad at IL, so I just keep on going.
Yeah, it's definitely commitment. If you decide to skip the first aerial phase, don't do a hit there, and try to get an extra hit on the ground, it's do or die. Because if you miss it, you're going to eat in another entire cycle. So it's a big risk.
Okay, don't you love this place?
Oh, I love Green Hill. Green Hill is my favorite Green Hill. They love it so much that they put it on there twice. It is Green Hill in the Green Hill zone.
Yeah.
Anybody else tired of Green Hill? I'm so tired of Green Hill.
I don't know. I could use more of Green Hill in next Sonic game,
No. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, this stage is hard. I died on my PV. Yeah,
It
so you can know it's
is.
hard.
It is a very awkward iteration of Green Hill. Yeah, the platforming is. It's a little awkward. For some reason, it also has like this section where the music gets really low and in the backgrounds, like to really help you get immersed into the green of the hill.
I don't know. It's looking more like a sand hill right now.
It's true. It's looking more like a sand hill right now.
Okay.
Alright.
Just want to grab this just for safety. Besides, I know it.
That's fair.
Come
Yeah,
on.
get
Okay.
it.
My main problem with this iteration of classic Sonic is the control. Um, there is, I usually play 2D and classic Sonics with D-pad or keyboard, but here I'm stuck with the stick.
Yep,
I don't like playing classic games with the stick.
that is very fair.
Uh,
Like for me, it's fine. I'm used to modern. I'm used to stick controls for everything. But yeah, you who has a lot more experience with classic, I can imagine you want a D-pad or something.
yeah. Okay, we have our first Eggman boss fight, and is this a reference to something? Yeah, this game like actually, well, Sonic games in general after I believe the 20th anniversary likes to do like a lot of reference. This was of course a reference to the first boss, and right now we're just gonna jump into the stakes fighting against the one to last final boss of Sonic Unleashed.
Yup.
That here is a
Yeah.
little bit nerfed, and she's going to do that and throw rocks. We just throw rocks back at him and do it again, and we skip the one cycle there. If we do that, we just like make him the half bar, and then just skip one cycle.
Yeah, it's
That's
important
okay.
that he waits though, because he needs to wait for Ectogrid to get into position. Otherwise, those last one or two will hit.
Yeah,
Will not hit. Rather.
that's Eggman.
Funny Eggman.
Okay, I make sure to put on the gamer hat because next stage is Avatar stage.
Indeed, we're going back to another Avatar stage, and he's switching Wispons to one with the extra perks that he was talking about earlier, and turning on his gamer hat because Nacho is a gamer. So we need to make sure that the world knows.
Uh, there it
Yeah,
is.
there it
Okay.
is. There it is, gamer. And there is the special burst. It has a total of 3 perks. There is one perk in particular that we really care about, and that is the blue icon that you see see below, that allows Nacho to just do a stomp and immediately gain speed from it. Like, it just immediately sends him to max speed from a stomp. It is incredibly powerful, because the Avatar normally has quite a slow startup speed when it comes to running. That stomp perk, it is so good. There also exists a Drill Wisp with that perk. That's not the one that we're going to be unlocking right away. We have to do a different one first, but in every eye else, you will see the Drill Wisp with that Stomp perk. It is just that powerful.
I'm not sure what's the name of the wisp we're using right now.
I'm not sure. I hope the game will tell us at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's called Burst or something.
Probably.
But yeah, that's basically negated the entire bottom section. Didn't really feel like doing that, so we just
I didn't
burst.
jump. I didn't grab and hook the thing. It's fine. Well, at least not fine, but you know, cope. I didn't know you can actually back up the road like that.
And then there's the end of the stage.
Yeah.
I like Park Avenue. Park Avenue is good. One of the better Avatar stages.
Yeah, the Avatar stages here are like the main thing. Actually, we used burst with Wisp on an Avatar stage. Let's go. We're going to see a lot of those missions.
Yeah. So many of these cosmetic unlock missions are just so easy to get. Maybe you can try to avoid one or two if you really try during a run, but for the most part, you're just gonna have to sit through all of the unlocks.
Anyways, let's go gambling.
Oh,
Casino
no.
Forest. Believe it or not, this casino stage is consistent, but it's tricky. Like, it's really hard to get consistent. Like, it's very deterministic. Let's say, like, try to get those exact positions to get into the proper bounces, you know. But yeah. Also,
Yeah.
shout outs to that guy. He's the only enemy on this stage.
He's trying his best, man. He's pulling his weight. By which I mean he's showing up, and that's about it.
Okay, and now top route, of course, because class is Sonic.
At the very least, it's very. Oh no!
Oh.
Not bottom route. All my homies hate bottom route. Aren't you happy that they always put pinball in their games?
Yeah. I mean, I like pinball when it's good.
Exactly. So not in the Sonic game.
Exactly. Anyways, this is the end of the stage. Hopefully we grinded a lot of the score with pinball to unlock the main showcase of this run. I would say the main showcase because it's so crazy how busted that Wisdom is.
It is genuinely crazy how good Burst is, or sorry, Drill is. But yeah, there we go. There's the gold medal, and for as a reward for that, we get the Drill Wisp right there. Just in time for stage 14, Aqua Road.
Yeah, Aqua Road benefits the most of Drill just because those sections.
Yeah, Aqua Road is normally just an auto scroller essentially. You go down a water slide. There's not really anything you could do. Most of your controls are locked. You could just be taken by the water and go left and right, and that's about it. But with the drill, you can carry a lot of speed into those sections to do this. You just launch yourself. Make sure you land because you're getting like jerked around all over the place. It's just there's a lot of like invisible walls and stuff that are just guiding you into several directions. But yeah, that helped Nacho skip quite a large part of that initial slide.
Also, did say that section as well. Like drill, when you have the drill whiz, you just drill. I don't know what you more expect.
Yep. Drill Wisp is a Drill Wisp. So even though Nacho took damage there, it is definitely worth it to take the middle path here at the end. Oop.
Wait,
It
middle path is hard
it is.
because
It is. It's fast,
it,
but it's hard, and this
it's
game likes to.
narrow. It's
It's
narrow. There is a lot of enemies.
yeah. And the game really loves to throw you around in these things. Like, you do not have a lot of control here about whether you live or die.
Yeah, that was Apple Road, and we look at Rocky's full potential. Yeah, it really is like also busted in a lot of things. It's the fastest movement any character has in this game. It has a lot of invulnerability frames, not only invulnerability frames when you are charging against, but while you're winding up drill, you also have invulnerability frames.
Yeah, it's so much better than the rest of the response. It's nuts.
Hey, Sunset High, this is the stage that we first see of Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers, what? Of Sonic Forces. Yeah, I can't stop the brain rip.
Don't worry, I make that mistake all the time.
This is the first stage we actually see gameplay of this game for the first time ever, and we had hopes. It's actually quite simple stage. We're just gonna boost there and remember that Airbus is broken thing about Sonic.
Yeah, Air Boost is pretty powerful. It is like if you use it well, it essentially functions as a triple jump. Just that little arc it makes, just a nice little curve. Just
Yeah.
get some good height.
And so we found.
Yo, who's that?
I don't know. I hear he's going to have a movie this year.
Again, movie. This game loves movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I hate. Very simple stage, and right now there isn't too much to see because the stages are pretty much straightforward. Uh, so main appeal again, Avatar stages they're so broken. I really love that.
Oh yeah, there's nothing more we need in terms of experience now that we have Drill.
Yep. Talking about Avatar stages, welcome to my personal favorite because all the funny stuff you can do.
Oh, this is a broken one. If you think it's like, oh hey, we have this drill that can like send us flying, combine that with a stage that like constantly changes the direction of gravity and all that stuff. Yeah, you can do some really funky stuff.
We meet this guy. There's another escape here, but it's very tight. Not only to land properly, but to actually trigger it properly. So not going to do it, but you can just skip that infinite cutscene.
Alright, and try to stomp at the right time. Very nice. With the Will type stomp, you can skip the rest of that 2D section by just kind of clipping through the wall. And this is one of the harder ones. Just slide off to the side, and then it just kind of pulls you over where you need, where you want to go. Very good. Land safely to make sure that we can actually home attack these things, and that's gives another large part of the stage. Very cool skip.
Yeah, it's very easy actually. Like I thought, oh no, this is going out of bounds, and it's very much
easy?
reliable. It's easy.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Sorry, that's from after I quit the game, so it always looked very hard.
Nah, I can totally assure you, it's very easy. You just slide and hold the diagonal upward direction to the left, and then keep pressing jump button because floating.
Very cool. I love it when the really cool looking skips are also, not that hard.
Okay, don't blink.
I blinked. Now what?
I told you to don't. Okay, Infinite 2. Release busted also for boss fights. That Fierce Phase?
Yeah, if you thought that
And
drill was
and
only
that second
powerful,
phase.
yeah, like it's not only movement, it's also just very powerful against bosses.
Yeah, Infinite is supposed to do stuff here. We don't care.
We just don't get to see like any of the mechanics of that boss fight. He's just gone.
I don't know if like it's kinda RNG based or something because I was on a point that he will do a different attack instead of the one I wanted to, but probably I was doing something wrong. But this stage. Uh, I'm
Yeah.
going to say this is the last interesting stage of Classic Sonic because there's only one jump. But it's mostly about routing. Uh, the routing here is like looks different. Also, shout outs to speed shoes. They only last for 1.5 seconds on this game.
They are so useless. they're so short. But yeah, this stage has some very slow paths that we really want to avoid. So there's a bunch of
Yeah.
really important jumps. Unfortunately, he missed one.
Yeah, that's the important jump. It's make
Yeah.
us skip this entire underwater section. Thankfully, there is a pipe here, and that's it. But that jump will make us land right here.
Yep. It's also very tight though.
We'll just
Cycles.
so imaginable. Okay, 1, 2, and okay, jump. Well, okay. Classic Sonic physics right now, like it reminds me a little bit to Sonic 1 because when you spin, you have tons of speed. When you run, you just don't. It's like has some sort of a speed cap when you run, but not when you spin. Like totally in the Sonic 1 style. But also, it's instead of being progressively, it's exponentially. Like it gets faster and faster by a lot every time you spin on a downhill. Anyways, Reggae
Mhm.
Bridge, another tactic.
Yay!
Uh,
Cutscenes.
you love cutscenes. I love cutscenes.
I love cutscenes and boss fights, and that is basically everything that this stage is.
I love how they trick you into. Oh, this is not a boss fight. Trust me.
Yeah,
with
they,
the
they, they
with
make you think it's a stage, but no, it's a boss fight.
yeah, and you won't believe who's this guy.
Metal Sonic.
Again. Ah, okay, I
He's
missed the cycle there.
unfortunate.
But yeah, Metal Sonic is going to do stuff. It's going to use. Uh, he looks a little bit glitchy. I lost another cycle.
Sorry,
This is going to be. This is going to be not
there's
tie, but it's annoying, you know.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not devastating, but still, yeah. There's quite a lot of damage frames on the drill animation, but you do have to like properly make it hit. You can't just be off to the side, and it doesn't like fully last to the end either. I feel like so it's hard to really get all of the guys around Metal Sonic with the drill, and then still have enough damage frames left over to also do 3 hits to Sonic to clear the phase.
Yeah. Okay, second phase is going to do an attack. We won't care about. Okay, I care about it. Okay, I really said drill a little bit too much early. But yeah, you can just drill through that attack because, of course, drill.
So much vulnerability on drill. Like, oh, you try to attack me? No, Uno reverse card. I attack you.
Yep. Okay, now my favorite thing of this boss fight. I will just do nothing.
In my opinion, it should clown horn you when you fail the double boost.
Yeah. I feel the fighting the double boss there is on purpose by me. It's not faster. It's not slower either. It's just funny.
Yep, it's just exactly the same speed. Like after they do their little stumble, it just gives you the rest of the animation anyway, and you beat it anyway. You cannot fail that. Truly,
Yeah.
you can't lose time on it.
It's so funny. Hey, what's up, Sonic? Anyways, we reached to the last third of the game. We saved the half of the war, and by saving the war, we just need to complete the stage, you know. Okay, right now, Guardian Rock. This stage is actually very fun. Sadly, it gets interrupted by an auto-scroller at the end.
Yeah, like when you start playing the stage, you're like, oh my goodness, this actually works pretty well. This is pretty cool. It's also pretty hard. There's a lot of like cycles with these stompers to worry about, and actually getting to do it optimally is incredibly tight. But when all else fails, we do at least also have the drill power of the drill respawn to make it through some sections, like right here.
Yeah, and that's the stage.
That's the stage. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stage because this guy is just the rest of it.
Please put crab emotes in the chat. I can't see them, but I'm going to watch the button when I'm
Mhm.
close. So please, I want to see crab emotes.
Just watch it back. You can make sure that Nacho can see all the crap emotes when he looks it back.
Okay, so this is auto run. I'm not holding any direction. I'm just caring about quick sidestepping. And also, if the crab hit us, it doesn't matter. We just lose rings. Like it's not going to slow us down. We just lost rings. And that's crab.
Goodbye, crap.
And that's the end of the stage as well.
That's a lot of this game, really. It's style over substance. It's just like, oh, this looks really cool, but when it comes down to it, it's like, oh, it's just a QTE sequence. Oh, it's just an auto scroller.
Yeah, but I think like it's fine, at least for me, because some of the stages to do them like really fast requires you to break your hands. So having a little bit of a rest, it's fine.
It's true. It's true. The drill wisp, especially, is very hard on the hands because it's like it's on the trigger, and in order to do it optimally, you gotta really quickly triple press it. So that can, and since you're doing it all the time, it can get quite hard on the wrists.
Okay, right now. Also, the hardest modern Sonic stage for me because it has two stupid jumps. I want to because I'm a baby.
Oh yeah, the jump at the start of the stage is it's very tight.
And they also like save a lot of time. Like I feel with those jumps, you just finish this section like 20 seconds earlier than usual.
Yeah,
So
and
you can,
unfortunately, a lot of the like really tough jumps in this game require you to land on rails, which is the hardest thing to land on because the hitbox is really small.
yeah. Okay, so now we enter to the base section, that is 2D. Okay, run. This stage is where most benefit gets from. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Water. But yeah, this section is the one that gets the most benefits of air boosting. You're gonna see it like right now. I just air boost here because it allows me to. There's a tiny shortcut over there. I will make sure to hit the checkpoint because the next jump right here is very tight. Just wait for the cycle here. You can do it like earlier, but waiting for the cycle is safer. Yeah. And now another airbus there to just land into the dash ring. Let's say that for terminal. And we
That,
reach to the computer room. Yeah.
yeah. Find the computer room. I'd try a better better impression, but I can't. My wrist or my throat is dying.
It's fine.
Exactly.
It's fine. Shout out to Victor the crocodile.
Shoutouts to Vector the Crocodile.
Okay. We say chemical plant, yay, and I say we just completed all the stages that song has. This
Sonic
is
really does
where,
have the best one, the best chemical
yeah,
plant stage.
yeah. Okay, this is where like classic Sonic stage doesn't get that interesting anymore. Like this have, in terms of a speedrun, like if you like the stage, it's fine. But in terms of the speedrun, like the stages become like very simple. From here, like there is not like a cool route looking or something. It's just top route and all of that. Nothing more.
Yeah, it really is. It's like there's some switching paths here and there with those little lights that switch back and forth, but it just wait until it goes to the top path and that's it. And other than that, there's really not that much going on in this stage.
No, that not that side. Thank you, Stick. Okay. Also, we have gravity shenanigans. That's the only time we're going to see gravity shenanigans. This is the end of the stage. We just take the onion rings.
Onion rings.
Yeah, and you just take it carefully here because I'm very well known to. Well, every speedrunner is well known to choke at the end of the run.
It's incredibly easy to get hit by those cannon shots, to be fair. The window you have to get through before, like without waiting out the cycle, is incredibly small.
Okay, I'm going to take the modernity just to full grab a spin dash. Thankfully, I have the spin dash master so that he knows how to fully wrap a spin dash.
Mhm.
And that's all of the attack stages. Also, we have another drill wisdom.
Another one. Yeah, every single area, I think, has like three or four different stages. I'm not
Yeah, we
entirely
have
sure.
we have the modern Sonic, the classic Sonic, and the Avatar iterations of every song.
Exactly. And then some of them have like the double boost avatar plus
Yeah,
modern Sonic combo.
yeah, the tag team one, Metropolitan Highway. Uh, this stage is actually very nice. Like
I like the
not
stage a
when you
lot.
fail jumps, not when you fail jumps like me right now. Yeah, it's very nice. It has a very decent flow.
Hmm.
The strats are also interesting to see because right now we're going to see a break sequence. I'm just going to take the boost capsules, jump, and then boost because you are not supposed to boost on this section, and that's why you are not supposed to boost in those sections.
Yeah,
Thankfully, there is a checkpoint there, so I'm just going to try it again. And there it is.
there we go.
It's actually faster, and also there is a shortcut over here, double jump, boost. I just stomp just to make sure I land on the platform. We're gonna go to the 2D section. I'm going to jump to dodge those platforms.
Those stomps he's
Okay.
doing on those platforms is actually quite a bit like a little trickier than stomping and then jumping in other boost games would be. The stomp in this game really has like a lot of frames where it just kind of locks you to the ground. But if you hold the direction on the control stick, then you can actually pretty quickly follow it up with a jump.
Okay. So now here it is, a big boy jump that I didn't make because
Ooh.
there is an invisible wall over there, but it's fine. But yeah, the idea of that big boy jump is keeping an out scroller zone that you're going to see like here. It's not the big time saver, but it's a time saver, and every time saver is very welcome.
It's very tight. It's very easy to just hit invisible walls or kill planes.
We found that guy.
One other thing that Nacho did on that stage is he did an air boost up against a wall, which then kind of like gave him an extra boost into the air, and where the triple jump comes in again. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay, now for the hardest tag team of the team stage. Said that. Okay, plot-wise, Sonic and the original character, that's how I'm calling it, were sent to the null space, this free zone that has no end, but we're just gonna break through.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
spend
double.
a very short amount of time of the null space stage actually in null space, and then the rest is just Metropolitan Highway again.
Yeah, I forgot to change the wisdom.
Ah,
Okay.
ah,
Yeah, I'm not
right.
going to. I'm not going to do this with drill. Sorry. Drill is
That's
the
very fair.
fastest, but drill is the fastest, of course. But drill strats here are scary. I just lost a little bit of time. We just have to, see it again of the double boost again. You
Yeah.
like this cutscene, right? The power of
Oh
teamwork
yeah,
and
no,
friendship.
I love the power of teamwork. Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me
You're,
and I'm next to you and all that, you know?
yeah.
I live for that.
Yeah. That's just kind of banger like the song because it's the main thing and our teamwork.
I love this
where is
guitar.
the yeah.
It's so good.
Uh,
But yeah,
This is
this stage is a playground. Every single route in it is incredibly difficult. It's just tough jump, land on rails, tough jump, land on rails, tough jump, land on top of building. Um, I'd say the burst route is probably the safest, especially when you cut out some of the harder rail landings and all that kind of stuff.
wait for the checkpoint.
Ooh, see, that's what I mean. Getting the camera to play around the way you want is also tricky. And then every time you die, you just end up at that section right there at the
Yeah,
start.
yeah, but you can skip a lot by just doing proper jumpings, and it's very interesting because I will say every Wisdom has a different route, and for every
Mhm.
Wisdom I mean only burst and drill.
I think at some point somebody was trying to use voids with the teleporting to make a route for this as well.
Oh yeah,
But
I
even with
remember.
drill, there's like several different routes you can attempt depending on what you feel comfortable with. Is definitely one of the most creative stages, and at the same time, one of the most. Ooh, nice landing.
Yeah, that you just hold that landing is very straightforward and very reliable. You just hold neutral and boost.
Nice. It's just
Sorry, I really like this.
it's I know I get it. I too appreciate fist bump. It's such a shame. Null Space is a really cool IL stage with a really lot of really cool strats. Unfortunately, you have to sit through 20 seconds of double boosts at the start every
Oh,
single time.
yeah, we're just right close to the end of the game. We're just gonna go to Imperial Tower. I hope I remember to change Wisdom.
Yeah, please do. You definitely want drill for this one.
Hey, Imperial Tower, gonna say best Avatar stage. It's fully 2D, but I don't care. It's the best Avatar stage.
Imperial Tower is pretty cool. I also really enjoy this song. It's really funny.
It's talking about. I believe it's talking about how the sun is about to land into the air.
Now's the time of reckoning, guys.
But yeah, using drill also give us invulnerability, like the wisp, not the wisdom.
Yeah, you actually get a lot of use out of the actual drill functionality of the drill wisp on here. like it's one of those drill stages. It's like drill is really good, but not necessarily because of the usual broken nonsense. No, it's because of its actual drill functionality. It's quite nice.
Yeah. Okay, this is right at the end of the stage. We're just gonna. Okay, this part is very funny because we're supposed to do this to dodge that sunlight beam, and it's an insta kill. But we have.
We have drill. That's something we quite haven't quite touched upon yet either. You can maintain the speed from the drill respawn by sliding. You can just carry it to your slide and then just extends the speed boost you get from it.
Yeah. We unlock a bunch of things because. Okay, so the things we unlock normally on the speedrun is S rank, complete the stage, and beat the time threshold. Then after that, we normally unlock also stuff like basic stuff, use certain respawn on another stage, do certain action with Sonic, with certain action with classic Sonic, and that kind of stuff. And we spend a lot of time actually doing that.
Yeah, many unlocks. This stage also slaps quite a lot of cool paths that you can take in this one,
Eh,
but at the same
Absolutely.
time, it's over before you know it. Unfortunately,
Yep.
it also has
That's true.
another real landing if you're really going for the fastest stuff.
Now, let's try
Like
it again.
that giant rail loop, you can like boost all the way over to it and then stomp onto it from really close for the fastest landing. It's again, a lot of the hardest stuff in this game involves landing on the rails, and it sucks.
Yeah, sometimes actually, if you don't like landing on rails, you can try to land on floor, but it's also quite hard. And I'm just going to try to stop doing this. I don't get over it.
Yeah, even the landing on the floor there is really tricky because of the way the camera changes every time.
Yeah. Fun fact: this seems to be the only actual finished stage for the game. They found a beta version of uh, Mortal Canyon. I forgot names. Besides, I played this game for like a lot of hours. Uh, so and they reworked it a lot, and by now it takes like 15 seconds to beat, and that's quite funny.
Mm-hmm. And right here, you can like just kind of ignore the entire final section by just air boosting over it because air boost is really good.
Yeah. I always get hit by those.
I know, man. Me too. You need to be perfectly centered there to not get hit by those.
I quick stepped in a Sonic stage. Let's go. Yeah, hopefully that's the last thing we see about actually unlocking extra missions. We just stick with the normal three, three things.
Let's see what's next. Is it my boy Infinite? Yeah, it is. Okay. Hey, remember the Metal Sonic boss fight? Do you want to see
I
it
do.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
this
just
time this time we have only Sonic, right?
yeah. We have only Sonic, of
This
course.
is true.
Yes.
This is true. Okay, we didn't talk about anything about the Infinite gimmick on every boss fight, but I don't think that's necessary because we're just straight up skip it every time we can.
Yeah, it's essentially just altering reality and all that stuff, but also summoning these blocks that just act as obstacles. Not just gotta make sure to defeat some of the small robots for boost, but for a lot of this stage, it's just knowing when boosting has a point and when Infinite just needs to go through his little attacks right there. If you touch any of those blocks, by the way, you will get sent to like an alternate reality dimension that will give you even more obstacles to dodge and that kind of stuff. And more importantly, waste time because Infinite will not be progressing his phases. Oh,
Oh,
hey,
we have
Drill.
this guy right now. Yeah. Uh, okay. Thankfully, I dodge those. Trying to dodge those is really hard
Yeah.
because there are sets of two of two things. Okay, let's see if I can actually do this. There it is.
Nice Uno reverse guard. Well played.
Thanks. Okay, drill doesn't quite reach to all the enemies here, so it's preferably to boost with Sonic to change into Sonic's homing attack, and
Yeah.
then power of teamwork.
Power of teamwork.
And infinite dice. Like for real, the Sonic the Sonic Encyclopedia says infinite dice after this encounter.
Oh, yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah. Right now, it's
Sonic killed a guy.
yeah. Yeah. That's one to the list of three, I believe.
Yeah, killing more people than
Okay.
Kazuma Kiryu over here.
Yeah. Least favorite stage on the run. This stage is
Oh yeah.
tasteless for me. For me, it's so tasteless. It doesn't have anything interesting. Of course, again, talking regarding speedrun bias. I'm so speedrun bias on this game, and
I
that's why
mean, I'd say even casually, this is just the worst stage. It has like exactly one interesting thing going on, which is these wheels that are in the stage that just kind of like have their own center of gravity. Using the spin dash, you can well kind of like build up a lot of speed and launch yourself in the air. That is like the one and only interesting thing in this stage, because like a good 60-70% of it is this particular auto scroller.
yeah, and you will hate to die at the end because there is no checkpoints in between. This entire section is an auto scroller to the next checkpoint, and it takes 1 minute, I believe.
Yep.
And I'm going to say Sonic Adventure had better auto scrollers.
It does. It does. I would rather sit through Chaos 4 and Sky Chase than this. I would.
Sky Chase is just like go top left, go to drink some water, eat a sandwich, go back, right in time.
If you're
to
gonna put an
the
auto
next
scroller
game.
in your game, at least make sure I don't have to play it, you know?
Okay, that's it. That's the scroller, thankfully, and now we have back to gameplay. Well, why not? Right now we're back to gameplay.
But yeah, the stage also just doesn't flow well. It does not. All the platforming is very awkward.
Yeah, one thing about this game is one of the Sonic games with the shortest amount of invulnerability frames when you take damage. It's so unreliable to do damage boot strat because how little of the invulnerability frames you have.
Yeah.
Last Sonic stage.
Goodbye, Iron Fortress. You will not be missed. Goodbye.
See ya. Good night forever. Besides, it's like
Good night forever.
besides it's like 1 p.m. right?
Yeah. It's like 5 here.
Okay, so we're just gonna end the old-fashioned way, teamwork, tag team. This stage had a concept. Tried to cook. Didn't go well, but it tried, so it gets a star for it.
Yeah, gold star. Gold star for effort. For sure. They had an idea. Unfortunately, in practice, it's more or less just another auto scroller. It's like it reminds me a lot of Terminal Velocity in Sonic Colors, essentially.
Yeah. Of course, there is these laser robots, these wheels that are insta-kill as well, but we just dodge them.
Yeah.
We have the funny part of the stage that drill again is busted.
Yep.
Have to destroy this prototype of Phantom Rubies, and we're just gonna drill through because for some reason like all the drill hits storage, and that's funny.
There's so much invulnerability frames. You do not have to care about those lasers. It's so funny. And then, of course, we end with a good old double boost.
Together we can show the world what
This
we can
this
do.
stage is the worst IL stage, by the way, because this particular part at the end, you can manipulate the in-game timer by repeatedly pausing. And the stage will end sooner by repeatedly pausing in this particular part right here. It is
Oh,
miserable. It is miserable to watch in an IL.
so that's why there is 5 minutes of pausing on the world
That's
record.
that's why there's 5 minutes of pausing on the world record. It manipulates the in-game timer
Okay.
to end sooner.
Okay, I accidentally collected a little bit too much resta rings. You can unlock stuff.
Ooh.
That's the stuff. Goodbye forever stuff.
Hope you're all ready for final boss.
Yeah.
It's honestly not bad. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have like power of teamwork times 3. We start with classic Sonic. Yay. Start with classic Sonic. We have to. This boss has 3 phases. We have to get rid of the shield, but how classic Sonic is going to get rid of the shield? Well, the same way he got rid of Egg Dragoon by throwing rocks. I tried to spin dash there, but I'm really bad at using stick.
Yeah, getting the early hit there. It's quite tricky, but it's okay. Here you can juggle multiple rocks, and then there you go.
Okay, now the actual hard part of the boss. It's Avatar.
The Avatar part is
Speed is capped
definitely
here,
the
so
hardest part by a mile.
speed is capped here, so we can do like, oh, we just real jump and then strike the boss, because this is like how it really goes. It's not that fast.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to wait for him to do that and attack on the core. You can attack in the hand as well, but attacking on the core is the fastest method, and it's actually to fight the damage.
Yeah, it does so much more damage than attacking the hands. It's always worth it to go for the core.
Okay, now this part is the hardest one. It's going to destroy platform, and we need to be careful because he's going to take laser, and there's a chance if you are too slow, he will attack before you land the hit. There is also a chance that he will attack you as you land the hit and you drop into the void. And here's a chance that you will not target again the core and land and drop into the void.
It's harder than it looks to attack the core, because the homing attack targeting for it is quite particular in terms of your positioning.
Now, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this guy from Subaru's Run. It also knows this guy from his Lost World runs.
Yeah, the final phase of this boss takes, again, a lot of inspiration from the Sonic Colors final boss, which they also used in Sonic Lost World, and then here again. I will say that this is a more unique iteration of it than the one in Lost World, for sure. It's more of a chase it down sequence, and rather than waiting for him to do his attacks. Works a little bit better, but at its very concept, it's basically the same. You get to the point where you can attack it, and then you just homing attack it until you get the triple homing attack, and there you go.
There used to be a strat that you just stall him by canceling your homing attacks. It was slower, but that was quite funny that you just managed to stall the boss.
It looked faster. It legitimately looked faster. There was a way to just kind of like stun lock him with normal homing attacks and just never go for the triple. And then somebody actually timed it, and it's like, okay, I know this it looks cool and fast and stuff. It's actually slower. Just go for the triples. The triples just do so much more damage.
Yeah, the stacks this has like, of course, as every single Lost World Lost World wrong game, colors iterations. I died.
Whoops.
I didn't jump as well because again, my bad. I was concentrating on. I was not concentrating actually. Yeah, as every single colors iteration of the boss, they have different attacks except for the laser. The laser stays. Developers likes a lot laser. This boss in particular has burst and rocket, and just that. But hey, at least by then you just get to listen to the banger of music right now because this
It's good
music is
music.
such a banger. That
It's
one of my
good.
favorite tracks.
It is. It's actually very hard to pick up rings in this battle. For the record, like you see the rings, you spawn the rings, but I don't know why it's so hard to actually reach them and pick them up without them
Yeah.
bouncing over your head and stuff.
Okay. And those. Okay. Okay. I need boost. I died. Okay, I will focus
Yeah,
actually.
you go ahead. You go ahead and focus.
Okay.
So there's also just a lot of like visually going on that makes it hard to spot the rings after you get them. And like essentially the way it works is those three little piles of stuff that he spawns. If you hit it in the center, you can get boost. Hit it on the sides, you can get rings. Um, and then you actually do need to pick them up. But I think maybe even at some point it's like some of them just give boost, some of them give rings. So you need to make sure that you notice which one you're getting.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize like if I hit on the center, I hit like the one that has rings and the one that has boost.
Yeah,
But this is still quite tricky.
for sure.
But yeah, this boss is supposed to take less. Well, because I should pay attention to the game. it took more than expected.
It lures you into a false sense of security, honestly. It's like, oh, it's just the Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost World boss again. But this one does actually have quite, you know, it's a little bit more aggressive in how it tries to attack you. There's more that can hit you. There's more that can.
Okay, so final attack is going to be lasers. But time is coming up just right at the last QT for the double boost reach time reaches to 0. So now, well, double boost no, actually triple boost,
Triple boost.
and we can't fail this one. We actually have to do it. Uh, okay, so that is time.
GG's.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you
Hey,
try
my
to fill
pleasure.
that one, you just go back to the back to the fight.
Yeah, and try to reach again, and that's annoying. Anyways, that was Sonic Forces.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said Frontiers again. Okay. On my end, this was a 111.19. This felt like a 115, but I guess I'm this goated at the game.
That was a good run, except for the final boss.
Yeah.
Admittedly,
Uh,
it happens. It happens. No worries.
yeah. Okay. So definitely very cool speed game. Casually might not be your best experience playing a Sonic game, but a cool speed game because all of the tricks you can actually learn it, and not all of them are as hard as it seems. I got a 107 yesterday, and still didn't do any of the big boy strats. So you can easily get really good times without even doing that Windows. If you want to record, of course, you will have to do. But still, shout outs to Craig Alcid, of course, for being my commentator for this run, also for for actually being one of the guys that I had to look out into learning this game.
My pleasure, man. No worries.
Shout outs to Sayuri as well. She's the only moderator of the game, and she has a very good tutorial of how to do NG Plus, and NG Plus translate very well to any percent. Yeah, shout out also to Caesar Events for letting me show this speed run. I really enjoyed it since I picked it up. I want to push it to top 10 I can and call myself a top runner Sonic Forces. I don't know why. And yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/NachoTheAdventurer. If I can play games. I'm right now playing Peter Tower and see where they can find you.
I'm Critical Sid everywhere that I am, and if you can't find me, then I'm not there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure.